Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Outlet. I'm your host, Harrison Durr, and I'm joined here today by Tim Santoro and Jennifer Resnick. Today, we'll be focusing on this past week in the NFL. Our first discussion question is, what is the one player that has surprised you the most so far in the first 4 weeks of the season? Tim, we'll start with you on this one.
You know what, Harrison? I'm going to go with DeMarco Murray, the running back to the Dallas Cowboys. The guy is a tank. He's got 99 carries, 534 yards, average 5.4 yards a carry, and he has 5 touchdowns. That's already more touchdowns than he's had in the 2012 and 2011 season combined. His week 1 stats, 22 carries, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Next week, 29 carries, 167 yards, 1 touchdown. Next week, 24 carries, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. The week after that, 24 yards, 149 carries, 2 touchdowns. The guy is consistent every week. He really performs well. He knows how to cut through the defenses, and he's the star of the Dallas Cowboys offense right now.
It's safe to say he's certainly taking the pressure off Tony Romo these first 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Jen, what do you think?
Well, I completely agree with you, Tim, that DeMarco Murray has been playing outstandingly, but I'm going to go with Larry Donnell, the New York Giants. This tight end is being a beast. He's Eli's go-to man right now. We have an offense where Victor Cruz has been here and there, a little inconsistent. You have this tight end, this undrafted player coming out, catching almost everything that's coming his way. He had that one fumble against the Texans, but last week,
I think he made up for it.
I think he made up for it. He has 4 touchdown passes. You think of Ben McAdoo's offense in Green Bay with Jermichael Finley. Larry Nelson stepping up and been that guy for Eli Manning.
Yeah, and it's great to see, too, for the Giants. They haven't had a consistent tight end, really, since Jake Ballard went down in Super Bowl 46. So it's really nice to see a different change of pace for the Giants' offense. All right, let's move on to our second discussion question here. If the Jets continue playing the way they have been, is Rex Ryan the coach in 2015? Jen, this time we'll start with you.
Absolutely not. The Jets cannot miss the playoffs 4 years in a row, and that's where they're heading right now with this offense. They need an offensive-minded coach, someone to come in and reshape this offense, because Rex Ryan is not getting the job done. This is New York, and even though it is the Jets, these fans deserve and they expect playoff contention teams. And right now, they just don't have that. And Rex Ryan's sticking with Geno Smith. He believes in him, but remember, he said the same exact thing about Mark Sanchez. And look where Mark Sanchez is right now.
I mean, Mark Sanchez, as we know, is great at holding a clipboard and taking notes, as we saw from a couple of years ago. Tim, what do you think?
I have to agree with Jen on this one. Jets are 1-3. They're last in the AFC East. I'm quoting Rex Ryan's famous press conferences after every game. I believe that one day Geno will be a good NFL quarterback. One day might be far. These press conferences that he has consistently after every game where he believes in his quarterback, where he thinks his quarterback is going to be the almighty answer to the offense of the Jets, it's not working. He's been doing it for the past 5 seasons. They're not going to win with the quarterback they have in now. So I'm with the fans on this one. Michael Vick. Put him in. Give him a chance. The guy's an elite quarterback. He needs a chance to play. The next 3 games for the Jets are going to be tough. At Chargers, then versus Broncos in MetLife, and then at New England.
Very well could be 1-6 for them.
1-6.
If Michael Vick doesn't end up working out, maybe Chad Pennington or Tim Tebow can come back. We know Tebow's not doing much either these days either. Tebow is the savior. But anyway, that'll do it for our first segment. When we come back, we'll jump into our rapid fire segment. Stay tuned with us. Welcome back. It's now time for our rapid fire segment. I'll ask each analyst 3 questions, and they'll have 30 seconds to respond. Tim, your first question is, what more can J.J. Watt do?
J.J. Watt. Harrison, imagine a 6'7" guy, 289 pounds, coming at you at full force, full momentum. You can't stop him. You're going to bow down. As a quarterback, you want to get to the ground before he hits you. This guy has 15 tackles on a season, 2 sacks, an interception. This weekend's game, 80-yard interception return when he picked off E.J. Manuel. The Duke is doing everything. He's got an interception return. The week before that, he had a blocked extra point. The week before that, he lined up as a tight end and caught a 1-yard pass for a touchdown.
So pretty much J.J. Watt's perfect is what you're getting at.
What I'm saying, he's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if I met J.J. Watt and I saw him running towards me, I would probably cry, honestly. Let's be honest. Jen, your first question. Are the Saints a legitimate playoff team even through their early struggles?
No, they are not. They're at 1-3 right now, okay? In their next upcoming games, they play a total of 4 in a row 2013 playoff teams, plus the Panthers 2 weeks later, and they play the Lions. So that is 6 games against potential playoff teams right there. I don't see it happening. You have DeMarco Murray ran all over them Sunday night. I just don't see the Saints bouncing back defensively, even with that dome in their dome games. They cannot beat those playoff teams.
I would have to agree. They just don't look like they're in sync, and you have to start to wonder: is Drew Brees getting old? Yeah. You really have to wonder at this point. Tim, for your second question, who had the better rookie quarterback performance on Sunday, Bortles or Bridgewater?
It's Teddy time. Teddy Bridgewater had the better performance over Bortles. You look at the teams. Teddy Bridgewater has talent around him. He's got Simpson. He had Peterson, but now he has Ayesa, a nice running back that can score, that can get through the pocket. Watching the tape, Bridgewater was so comfortable in the pocket. He was able to hit his receivers. He was able to roll out well. With Bortles, he's going to struggle because he has a team where the offensive line isn't the greatest. He has a team where the wide receivers can barely get open because of the defense. Toby Gerhart, they believed in this running back, and he couldn't perform. I just think that Bridgewater has the edge, and he will be the performer in the end of the season, better rookie performer.
I feel like there's a lot more pressure in Jacksonville too. I mean, Blaine Gabbert was out after a year or two there. He really felt the struggles, I think, of that Jacksonville team, unfortunately for him. But anyway, Jen, for your second question, should the Buccaneers stick with Mike Glenn as their quarterback?
Absolutely. Mike Glenn has started a total of 14 NFL games, 4 of which he has won in the fourth quarter or in overtime. He's one of those clutch quarterbacks you just can't teach. He threw for over 300 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, and Josh McCown couldn't throw 200 yards against the Rams. There's no question in my mind. Mike Glenn should be his quarterback. Yes, Josh McCown did wonders for the Bears last season, but that was under Mark Trestman's team, not Lovie Smith's team. Different offenses, and Mike Glenn is superb to Josh Glenn's skills.
Yeah, but Josh McGowan does have that bigger contract, though, so that is an expensive backup quarterback to have on your bench, so we'll have to wait and see. Tim, for your last question, is there a team that is better than what their record is currently showing?
Yes, I believe, although you guys would probably disagree, I believe the New Orleans Saints have a better record than what they show right now. Drew Brees, I don't think he's old. Brett Favre did it when he was 40. The guy's still throwing. He's still got 1,203 yards in 4 games in the season, 7 touchdowns. He does have 3 turnovers. On paper, they're third in the league in total offense, 3rd in the league in passing, 11th in the league in rushing. The team is still there. They have Jimmy Graham at tight end, who's a tank. They still have Marcus Colston. They have Kenny Stills. They have the 3 running backs that they always use: Pierre Thomas, Mark Ingram, and they're a powerhouse team. They just need to perform well, and I believe at the end of the season they'll make it through.
You mentioned Brett Favre. Hopefully Drew Brees doesn't go through the retirement struggle that Brett Favre did, because that was literally the only thing on SportsCenter for about, 3 years there, It seemed like. And Jen, for your last question, with such a slow start to the season, what is wrong with Eagles running back LaShawn McCoy?
I don't think it's actually LaShawn McCoy that's the problem. It's the entire Eagles offensive line. They have injuries all over the offensive line, down to the 2nd and 3rd string offensive linemen. You cannot win games when you're decimated like that. You look at Nick Foles right now. Nick Foles is getting hit almost every play. But at one point this season, we will see Mark Sanchez come in for Nick Foles because of injury. And when you don't have an offensive line that can even protect your quarterback, how do you expect it to block for your running back? You can't. So once that offensive line gets sealed up, then we'll see LaShawn McCoy be LaShawn McCoy.
I mean, Darren Sproles has been having a couple of good games, though. So, what do you think about that? Do you think, I guess the offensive line likes Sproles better? Or
Well,
something's going on there.
Yeah, Sproles also with kick returns.
That is true. Punt
returns also.
He's more probably of a complete player than McCoy is
Definitely.
right now. All right, well, that's going to do it for our rapid fire segment. After the break, to wrap things up, we'll get into our Coming At You segment. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's now time for our last segment, Coming At You, where each analyst is given the opportunity to ask the other a question made up on the spot. Tim, we'll start with you.
Jen, do you believe in Eli?
Absolutely, I believe in Eli. What I don't believe in is his receivers, though. But Eli himself, absolutely. He knows the offense. He seems very confident in it. He has it all down, but he's delivering the ball, but the receivers haven't been making their plays. But I believe Eli has what it takes to win for the Giants. They will be a playoff team. I believe it. I don't know if it'll be a wild card or division champions, but Eli can do it. He has that calm ability to slow the situation down, deliver the ball on time to his target. He can do this, and he will get that 70% completion rate. If they can catch the ball, it will happen.
Being a Giants fan, I hope not only does he do that, but he minimizes the turnovers, hopefully. It's no secret that Eli has had his fair share of interceptions over the last few years, so we'll have to wait and see. Tim, your question? Or excuse me, Jen, your question.
Tim, should the Texans stick with Ryan Fitzpatrick or should they go to Ryan Mallett?
I believe in Ryan Fitzpatrick. I believe that he has the talent to pick apart a defense. The only thing he's been running through trouble these past couple games is turnovers. He tries to squeeze it into the receivers, and most of the time it turns out for the worse because they'll either be intercepted or the receiver will fumble. It was surprising to see that Andre Johnson had his first fumble in 5 seasons, which is a little. We were a little taken back as a Texans fan.
A little overdue.
Yeah, but Fitzpatrick, he knows the game well. He knows how to do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Mallett came in towards the end of the season if the Texans season is going for a downfall. Ryan Mallett is a fantastic quarterback playing at Arkansas. Hasn't had a chance to play in the NFL yet. He came over from New England. He has an arm. He's a big guy. He wouldn't be a bad addition to the Texans offense. If so, they need him in the offense.
All right, well, that's going to do it here for today on Sports Outlet. We'll be back very soon. But in the meantime, if you'd like to join LTV, like us on Facebook or email us at ltv@tcnj.edu. For Tim Santoro and Jennifer Resnick, I'm Harrison Durr. Have a good one, everyone.